Today we are going to be horse trekking on 90 Mile Beach.
It's day 358 out of our 365 days doing 365 activities in New Zealand, and today's activity is horse trekking on 90 Mile Beach.
Because we're having a really long day ahead of us, we are meeting Sally-Ann from Ahipara Horse Treks a little early this morning just to make sure that we actually have the time to do the full activity and then make our way to our destination tonight.
Obviously, seeing Robin with a broken arm does ring alarm bells, but luckily Robin is pretty confident at riding a horse, and Sally-Ann gives him a few tips on how to ride a horse with just one hand. Ahipara Horse Treks does take safety really seriously, so we feel like we're in good hands. After practicing riding for a little bit in the paddock, we follow Sally-Ann along the roadside towards 90 Mile Beach, which is only about 100 meters away. We make our way over some stunning sand dunes topped with flowers and lush grass, and then emerge onto this super huge beach which stretches on for miles and miles as far as the eye can see, and this right here is the famous 90 Mile Beach.
So you guys know by now, by watching all our videos, that 90 Mile Beach is an official highway in New Zealand. Yes, that's right, cars and buses and trucks actually have the right to drive there if they make their way up far north. If you guys want to learn more about 90 Mile Beach, make sure to check out the video in the card above where we went all the way to Cape Reinga, which is the top of New Zealand, and we drove on 90 Mile Beach. It's really awesome. The really good thing about 90 Mile Beach is that it's an absolutely amazing beach. It looks gorgeous even despite the fact that it's a bit of a grim weather today. Because the beach is so long, you basically never see the end of it. It makes for absolutely pristine views and amazing pictures. But horse trekking is one of the best ways to experience 90 Mile Beach. Honestly, horse trekking is making one with nature. It's me and the horse, and we are just literally having a blast. I genuinely enjoy horse trekking. We've done it quite a lot in New Zealand, from mountainous landscape to some river crossing, and now on the beach. It's amazing the amount of options that New Zealand has to offer. But speaking of wildlife, 90 Mile Beach also has a seabird sanctuary right here. You may not believe it, but some of the seagulls in New Zealand, including the black-billed and the red-bills, are actually quite endangered. And it's very important to give them the space to basically nest and actually make babies. And this seabird sanctuary marks the turning point of our tour, where we are actually literally just turning around and making our way back toward the paddock.
Our horses are super well behaved and a joy to ride. We are actually riding two brothers of the same father. Robin's riding Star and I'm riding Storm, and apparently they suffer from separation anxiety, so they always like to be really close together, and when they're reunited they rub their heads together, which is so cute. Because our horses are super easy to control, we can ride in any style that we want, and we're doing a lot of trotting to get a little bit of speed, and we would love to do some galloping, especially on this long stretching wide open beach which looks really awesome. The possibilities are endless, but with Robin's broken arm we're not quite sure that he can ride rodeo style just yet. On the way back, we get to appreciate some different scenery, such as at the end of 90 Mile Beach we can see Whangatoatia, which is the mountain in Ahipara, shaped like a volcanic cone, and it looks really awesome for photo opportunities. We also get to cross multiple streams along the way, which is also super fun. This 1 hour horse trek with Ahipara Horse Treks is an awesome way to experience 90 Mile Beach on horseback and get a real good taster for that. They do offer other longer tours though, which we really wish we had more time to do. But we do have to head on to our next destination in Northland for today, which is going to be Ahipara in the Hokianga Harbour. So we make our way back along the sand dunes toward the Ahipara stables on the last leg of our awesome horse trek. We say goodbye to our new friends Star and Storm, give them a pat on the neck before we go, and hit the road toward the Hokianga Harbour.
Making our way down the Northland region on the west coast of it is quite rare. Most tourists actually stick to the main highway, which is on the east coast, so we are showing you guys a part of New Zealand which is very rarely explored by international travelers. One of the highlights of that trip is a trip onto a ferry. That's the Coho Ferry. This ferry takes us from the town of Coho, which is a very small town in Northland region, to Rawene, which is basically your gateway to the Hokianga Harbour. It's an amazing place to visit, and we're going to be spending quite a few days showing you what there is over there. It's based in Maori legend and amazing places to visit. And to be quite honest, it already blows our mind. The views as we're driving down the coast is absolutely amazing. Look at that!
And with that, we are hitting the last week of New Zealand's biggest gap year. Yes, you heard it right, only 7 episodes left to go. So don't miss it, this is the last leg and we have a lot in store for you.